Hello, good morning all. In this video, we'll discuss about what is website, what are the types of website. Okay, website, you know, is not very unknown thing from your life now because now and then you are going to visit it. This is just a definition. What I want to explain to you. We need to write in our question answer sections during examinations, as well as in explanatory answers. Somebody when demands what really the website is all. Because you know what is website. We just need an analogy to define. Okay, now let's start. What website is? Website is nothing. It's just a collection of related web pages that may contain image, videos, and audios. Very important. And this cumulatively is known as hypermedia. Okay, this image, audio, and video is the collection is when collected in a page is known as hypermedia. That's why the website is you know uh, made on a structure of HTML, and its full form is Hypertext Markup Language. Hypertext Markup Language. Okay, now let's move ahead. The first page of a website is homepage. Again, this is a definition only to understand, to explain the website. The first page of the website is homepage. Each website has a specific internet address that is known as URL, Uniform Resource Locator, that you need to enter in your browser to access the websites. Website is hosted on or more servers and can be accessed by visitors its homepage using a computer network. So for accessing a website, we need a network, and our website is hosted on a one or more servers. Okay, a website is managed by its owner. It can be individual, it can be company, or it can be an organization. Like Google is an organization. Like you know, Reliance is a company. Like uh, ARRahman.com is like individual website. So in general, website is a collection of different web pages, hyper in which hypermedia is there. Text, images, audios, videos are there. The first page of any website is known as homepage. Each website is a specific internet address URL that we need to enter in our browser to access a website. Our website is hosted on one or more servers. It can be accessed by, by the computer networks available. A website is owned by individual. It can be owned by any company or any organization. So in general, website is of two types. In general, website is of two types. The first and foremost type is static website. As name depicts, static website mean to say that you will not able to change anything or change in the content of the website from user, because it presented you as a static page. Static mean to say that you can't change anything. Okay, you don't need an expertise or knowledge to create a web programming, and we don't need to knowledge of web programming and database design to create a static website. Its web pages are coded in HTML. The codes are fixed for each page. So the information contained in page does not change and it look like a printed page. Okay. And this is what the client static website is all about. All our information in the form of web page, in the form of the .html file is stored on a server. Any client or browser post URL on their browser, we will get the direct information from the server. We will not able to change anything in this, the content of website. What is dynamic website? Dynamic website is a collection of dynamic web pages. Okay. What do you think of collection of dynamic web pages? Dynamic web pages whose content changes dynamically. Like we often uses dynamic web pages nowadays. Any social networking site an example of the dynamic web page. Okay, any social networking site. It accesses content from a database or content management system, CMS. Therefore, when you alter or update the content of a database, the content of the website also altered or updated. So whenever any communication is going on in the database, you are also updating the content of the website. Okay. Now, dynamic website uses client-side scripting or server-side scripting, or both generate dynamic content. Client-side scripts generates content at the client computer on the basis of user input. Client-side scripts generates content at the client computer on the basis of user input. Here the process of verification and validation is done. The web browser downloads the web page from the server and the processes the code within the page to render the information to the user. In server-side scripting, the software runs on the server and the processing is complete in the server. Then plain pages are sent to the user. Processing is completed in the server. Then plain pages are sent to the user. So, in general, what we are able to understand, dynamic website is a collection of dynamic web pages which can change its content dynamically because it accesses content from the database or CMS, and when there is an alteration in the database or CMS, finally the content of the website also changes. There are two types of the scripting languages: client-side scripting and server-side scripting. Both generates dynamic content. Client-side script generates generate content on the basis of the user input, and the web browser downloads the web page from the server, process the code within the page to render information to the user. The server-side script, the software runs on the server and processing is completed in the server, and then plain pages are sent to the user. Dynamic websites. So, what is the difference between dynamic web page and static web page and dynamic web page? See, in the static web page, pre-built content is same every time when the page is loaded. And what about dynamic website? Here the pre-built content is there. Here the content is generated quickly according to the demand of the user. In a static website, it uses this HTML code for the developing a website. In a static website, in dynamic website, we need the server-side languages like PHP, Servlet, JSP, ASP.NET for developing a website. interaction between the database and all to create a dynamic content. Static website create a exact same response for every request because page is the same. Whenever we will demand, that page will be sent either today or tomorrow. Now, dynamic website is like that content will be generated like in a Facebook. You get a different page regularly because it is a dynamic website. It generates different HTML for each request. The content is only changed when some published and updates the file send it to the website. Okay. In the static website. In the dynamic website, the page contains server-side code which allows the server to generate the unique content when the page is loaded. So with the help of the server-side code or those technologies, unique content is always uploaded according to the data available. What is here? Flexibility is the main advantage of the static website. What is the main advantage of the dynamic website? Content management system is the main advantage of the dynamic website. This is what we have a small introduction of website and its types. What is website? What is the dynamic? What is static website? And what is dynamic website? And difference between them. Let's move ahead for responsive web pages. What is really the responsive web pages? See, what is really a responsive web pages is all. We understand about what is website, we understand about what is static website, we understand about what is dynamic website. What really the responsive web page is all about? See, nowadays, almost every client wants its website on a mobile version. Every phone has a different screen size. Like BlackBerry has different, iPhone has different, iPad has different, notebook has different, Kindle has different, and all the resolutions are different. So, there is a challenge towards the developer to create a website for suitability with all those available screen sizes as well as the resolutions. So we like to design for a number, additional. We like to in the design we like to impart some additional designs as well as think also when this madness will stop. Actually, it will not stop because this is how our technology governs itself. It's just learns and grow, learns and grow, learns and grow. Okay, let's move ahead. So in the field of the web design and development, we are quickly getting the point of being unable to keep up with the endless new resolution and designs and devices. For many websites, creating a website version of each resolution and new devices would be possible, at least impractical. So do we just suffer the consequences of losing visitors from one device for the benefit of the gain visitors from other, or there is another option? So just to cater the need of this, we have our responsive web design. Responsive web design is the approach that suggests that the design and development should respond to the user's behavior and environment based on the screen size, platform, and orientation. So we are taking the consideration of the screen size, platform, and orientation as well, with respect to the user behavior and environment. So this design and development is taking care of all. Now, the practice consists of a mix of flexible grids and layouts. So how this is done? Let's understand it. This mix of grids and layouts, images, and intelligence use of the CSS media queries, very important. So we change how it is possible. Responsiveness is done through mix of flexible grids and layout, images, and intelligence of CSS media and queries. As the user switches from the laptop to iPad, the website should automatically switch accommodate to resolution, image size, and scripting abilities. One may also have to consider setting on their devices. If they have VPN for iOS on their iPad. Okay. Sometimes we need to understand the setting of the platforms as well. So now, for example, like let's understand it more practically. So how this there was a problem how this multiple compatibility can be achieved on a single web page. You know, one web page able to respond to the various resolution as well as various screen size. So the practical consists of mix of flexible grids and layouts, images and intelligent use of CSS media queries. We can able to perform our responsive web design. So this web design automatically switch to accommodate to the various resolutions, screen sizes, image sizes. In fact, they are so much intelligently crafted. They also consider the setting of the devices as well, like the virtual private network for the iOS on their iPads is an example. So to elaborate this, let's understand the website should not block the user access to the page. In other words, the website should have a technology to automatically respond to the user preference. This would eliminate the need for a different design and development phase for new gadgets on the market. So if we are able to achieve this, we are able to giving a platform to development of the new gadgets on the market as well. So this from this intelligent coding, you know, by placing flexible grids and layouts and an image position and intelligent use of the CSS medias, we are able to give the platform to various development environments and the innovators to innovate their products. So in this lecture, we are able to understand about website, types of website. We explained the difference between the static website and dynamic website. Then we understand about the resolution and the screen size problem. Then what was the solution? It was a responsive website. So we understand that with the help of the responsive websites, we can cater the needs of the future as well. So thank you for your patience listening. Take care.